Time for Neanderthal.
Oh shit. Neanderthal podcast. Instagram booty.
Listen to Neanderthal.
Podcast is always in my head. Oh shit.
Well, hello, my name's Ryan.
Hi, Ryan. Josh from JTDisplays. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. I have a podcast, obviously, that's what this is.
All right.
It is a just random, just a podcast where I have random people on in my studio.
All right.
And I wanted to just try and branch out and try something different.
Uh-huh.
And that's what brings me here. I just asked the people that run the show here. I was like, hey, can I be the quote-unquote official podcaster of this event? Like, oh, yeah, that'd be great. So here I am. And I'm trying to get guests on to just kind of see what this whole deal is and what's going on. And you're a cosplay player, and then also this an eSports announcer, a caster.
Yeah. So what I like to do in my free time is, I do like to dress up the cosplay. So from anything from Newt Scamander, from Fantastic Beasts, Where to Find Them. I have a Count Olaf from A Series of Unfortunate Events. I kind of draw a little bit more inspiration from the book. A little bit from Jim Carrey's version of it, and a little bit more from Neil Patrick Harris's version of it as well. I also do like Milo Thatch from Atlantis. So I try to find those characters that aren't.
Oh,
yeah,
Milo Thatch from Atlantis. That's okay. You have that picture on. You have is that your picture that's in your program? Or,
yeah.
Okay.
Well, no. That one's actually taken when I was at work, but it's actually on my business card here. So you've seen the Disney movie Atlantis, so yeah.
Okay. Can I have this?
Yeah, absolutely, sure.
Nice. Okay, I didn't know who that was. Now that you say it, I'm like, totally.
Yeah, exactly.
Totally.
It's one of those things, like, I love characters that they're like, wait, do I recognize it? Oh! And that moment of realization,
Right.
they're like, oh my gosh, I love that character. It's like, thank you. That's what I try to do. Just kind of bring a little bit of smile there.
Right.
And then eventually I just like, I also really enjoy playing video games. So I was like, all right, what can I do to, like, try to share my, see, and I really enjoy the watching eSports video games as well. And at that point, it just kind of became like, all right, these guys, I see they have a duplicate, a thing that can be duplicated, can be replicated, and they find success through that. So try to put my own brand on it, spin on it there, and just kind of trying to make my product look as professional as possible.
Right.
At still a very amateur budget.
I mean, that's how we start out, right?
Yeah, exactly.
How long you been doing the cosplay type thing?
I would say this is probably my second or third year I've really gotten heavy into it. My first cosplay, I did a Dr. Deadpool, so a little bit mix of the 10th Doctor from Doctor Who, and with a Deadpool mask as well. And then from that, I just anything that I'm a big fan, big part of the fandom of. Right. I just try to find something for it, and there's always more on the list than ever gets done.
Really?
Like I wanted to do 3 more by Planet Comic-Con, which is in March of next year, which will include like the Grand Master, Jeff Goldblum there, and
oh, I could see you doing Jeff Goldblum.
Yeah, and trust me, it freaks out my girlfriend all the time. Like she's just like, stop.
Ooh, that's a good one. Ooh, I like that. I like the Jeff Goldblum. We could do always the Jurassic Park Goldblum or the Fly. Mm-hmm. Jeff Goldblum's done some good things, man. That guy is hilarious.
And he has a very distinct way of speaking as well. That just trying to find that, like, as soon as you get that candor and the pitch and the frequency and the little idiosyncrasies
cadence of it.
Yeah, cadence, exactly. And just all of a sudden it like people.
And he also does like those things with his face too. He does a lot of facial movements when he talks too. Like he's always trying to, you know what I mean? Like
he's concerned and fascinated.
Yeah. About
everything. What is this little thing right here? That's phenomenal. I love that. So it's very about like trying to get into character with everything, and it's a lot of fun, especially when people like recognize and it brings a lot of smiles.
Yeah. How did you get into cosplay? Like, it's just like were you like an actor growing up, like in school or anything? Or
honestly, my first acting really thing was with the Kansas City Renaissance Festival back in 2012. Okay. Yeah, 2012, 2013-ish. Yeah, 2012. That's what it was. So I was actually a dancer and a character, a lane character for them, and I kept that character for about 2 years. Then moved on to another character with them, and in between then, I've played through that same director. I've done Christmas specials, Christmas plays with actually as Frank James at historical, Jesse James' brother.
That's cool.
Yeah, and so it's these things that it slowly kind of developed, and I just had I was able to adapt to it quickly, and kind of just grew and grew and grew.
I've never seen any cosplayers in my life. This is brand new to me. I've seen these girls over here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Whatever they are. I mean, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Was it 9? There's 9 gals over there, all in the same outfit: knee highs, mini skirt, and black shirt, and funky hair, like Japanime chicks.
Yeah.
Anime.
Anime is also known as Japanimation, but I think anime is kind of getting more into the full culture. It's a bit more accepted as the widely accepted term for that.
Okay.
But yeah, no, that's the group cosplays. That's always fun to watch and see, because always like, oh man, we should all get like Akita for Atlantis and get the full party.
Right.
Like a friend of mine wants to be Mole, and he's the one that.
Oh yeah.
And get one guy as Sweet, the Doctor. Finding group cosplays is just especially ones like the guys that there's iBot, which is the Iron Brotherhood of Topeka, and it's like a group of brothers. Their dad dresses up as Stan Lee, and
cool.
and these two brothers they actually have like an Iron Man and a War Machine, and these are hunking huge. Like these costumes are probably, I want to say, 7 or 8 feet tall.
Holy cow! How much do you think they weigh?
Oh goodness, they can only do like maybe half a day inside the costumes, because they have a little bit of stilts and everything. But like it clanks every time they walk, and they
cool.
And it really brings like, and there's some guys that do like really great with 3D printing armor. Some have like Warbler foam armor, and those armor and some have like leather and there's so many of them in the cosplay community. They're making their own stuff. They whether it be armor to
that's probably part of the appeal of it is not only just using your imagination to come up with a character, but then to actually put your heart and soul into building everything about it. Like this is I'm gonna build my own outfit. Yeah, that would be a lot of fun. I can see why people get into that.
It absolutely is. Like me, I don't have an artistic bone in my body, so I just try to support my friends that do. But I just see characters that I think I would be good looking at and being able to portray, or and if not, just characters that I'm very passionate about. Like I want to see this being brought to life.
Yeah.
So I find my friends that can actually do that for me to help me achieve that.
I think you're selling yourself short. I think you're extremely artistic. There's different kinds of art. You might not be able to draw or sew or whatever. Might maybe do something artistic like that or creative like that, but you're definitely artistic in the sense of acting and putting together these characters and pulling it off and putting your own thing together. Like you made that was your this creation was the Milo. That was your creation. I mean, that's artistic.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
And I will say I do enjoy the acting part of thing. I was just my most recent acting gig it's called Nevermore Nights. It was a Halloween production of Edgar Allan Poe's poems being brought to life, and I was the MC. I was Edgar Allan Poe. I had this whole big mustache and everything. It took me a month to grow because I cannot grow facial hair.
Do you have a little pet raven on your shoulder too?
No, actually, what it was basically welcoming people into the mind of Edgar Allan Poe.
Oh, okay.
And we're portraying these poems, bringing them to life. And
he was pretty dark.
Oh yes,
he was dark.
Mm-hmm. And just seeing him slowly get more and more unhinged as the play went on.
That sounds really good.
It was a lot. It was a lot of fun there. Actually,
is that over with?
It is. Yeah. It was 2 weekends out at the Renaissance Festival. They do a Halloween show every year. So that was that. It was a lot of fun. It was good.
Yeah.
Good cast there. So
did anybody record it? Did anybody watch that on YouTube or anything?
I got a feeling. I remember explicitly saying no recording of this of any kind. So
really, but I mean, maybe the people that ran the show, they didn't want to record it and put it up?
The owner is a bit... How would I put this? The owner has a very certain way he wants things to be done.
Okay.
So
Sure. It's particular.
So if there is a recording out there, I have no idea. So and maybe it is what it is. So
do they do that same play every year?
No, every year it's
Okay.
gonna be something different.
That wouldn't make sense to me. Like I would think that record it and then get it on out there after you guys are all done. After the season's over, how 2 weeks you said it was?
Yeah.
So after the 2 weeks, throw it up there, and people will like it and see it, and then come back next year. Oh, I want to see something cool. It's just good free advertising, and then I want to watch it. You described it, and it sounds really cool. I would love to watch that, and it's too bad I can't go on YouTube and check that out.
I was like, you're not wrong, and and the thing about that show too, it changed almost every single day because it was a dinner theater as well.
Cool.
And I think the reason they might do that is since it is kind of rooted with the Renaissance Festival and kind of meant to take you back to the older time. They kind of want to have that immersion of it, and possibly don't want to necessarily because you're right. I think maybe that they might feel it cheatens, and that's the weird thing about live theater as well is a lot of it isn't recorded,
right?
And unfortunately, that does limit it to the people who can actually afford to go see live theater.
Yeah.
And a lot of things that's a criticism a lot of people have of Broadway. A lot of Broadway plays like Hamilton. I would love to see Hamilton.
Yeah.
I don't got money for Hamilton.
How much does Hamilton cost?
Oh my goodness. Broadway, I don't even want to I want to say probably $60 a night at the low end.
$60.
I have no idea. Just because I've never even envisioned actually being able to get to afford to go to.
How bad of a seat would that $60 seat be? Is a bad seat still a decent enough seat?
When I saw the Book of Mormon come through Kansas City,
right.
We had one of the I think that was a traveling show, and I think our seats are around 55 a person, and we were definitely in the upper echelons of the theater there.
Yeah.
And from that, you can see the movement pieces. You can see things moving around. You can't really see the actors' faces as much.
Right.
And so some of that you have to kind of believe, make up in your own mind what you think that their face is trying to convey their emotions.
Okay.
There. So everything has to be much more expressed, and they did a good job of it. But I would definitely say when you are close to the stage, you definitely get a more sense, a more immersive feel.
Right. Okay. Yeah. $55. Yeah. Was it good? Was it worth it?
Yeah. I really enjoyed Book of Mormon. That was.
I've heard that's a really good one. I'd love to see it. I've heard it's hilarious.
It is not for the faint of heart. I would say it's not for the ones that are going to be, verklempt about everything.
That was Trey Parker and Matt Stone, right?
Yes, the guys that created South Park.
Yeah. I think people know that going in. They kind of know what to expect for the most part. Did you see anybody that was shocked by the material that was presented in that?
No, but I also know that typically a lot of I can't say typically because that's a very broad generalization. So, but
sure.
I know the folks that I know that enjoy theater typically are on the more okay with a lot of different things, and even politically they have a certain tilt to them, but. Like I said, I can't say that's the thing for everybody. So I always try to be as moderate as possible. Say this might not be for everybody,
right.
Because it very much probably isn't for everybody.
Sure. Wow. Yeah, I do want to see that one.
Mm-hmm.
I've never really gone to any big plays. My grandfather was a playwright.
Oh, really?
And he directed. I mean, he's 85 now, and he still does plays in the old person's home.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, he writes and directs everything. He acted, so I grew up around it. And I did one play, and I was in junior high, but it was a high school play, and I played a fairly major role in it. It was a lot of fun.
Very cool, very cool.
Yeah, I was a robot.
All right.
Yeah, it was a play called RUR.
Huh.
So I don't know if it's probably a very obscure story.
All right.
Obscure play, as many plays are, but yeah, it was interesting. It was a really futuristic one where robots came to life, and I remember I got to stab somebody with a knife and kill him in the back, and yeah, it was a good time.
Get some blood packs going.
No, I wish we would. That would have been a good.
Yeah. Trust me, that's the thing about those Halloween shows is I always have to try to find my way to avoid blood packs spurting everywhere.
Yeah.
It's advertised as the Feast of Blood. So if there isn't blood, people get upset. It's what? I was supposed to be in the splash zone. Where's the some of them come with tarps that or
Gallagher.
Basically, essentially, but with fake blood, which is cornstarch and food coloring and like water. So
Do you remember the comic?
oh yeah,
Gallagher with the watermelon
The
smashing
watermelon.
in the first couple rows would have like their rain jackets or the ponchos on or something.
it's a not too dissimilar experience, I
Yeah.
would say.
Yeah, I bet you'd have to. You guys should do like a Kill Bill type thing. Man, packets just flying off left and right. That'd be one of those.
Need to make sure we get rights for that though, because that's the first important thing is make sure you get rights to things. So
Oh, I don't think about that.
yeah,
I need to think about that if I'm gonna get more serious.
yeah.
So, and, okay, I wanted to talk to you about, a little bit about that, and then you were also mentioned something. You're a caster, an
Yes.
e-caster. Can you explain for the people that are unschooled on my podcast
So-
what an e-caster is?
So casters are basically, they are your narrators. They are the ones that are describing the actions for esports, and there are a number of esports out there, from CS:GO, which is Counter-Strike Global Offensive, usually known as CS:GO. It's a video game. It's a first-person shooter type video game that you work in in squads of I think 4 or something. Call of Duty Black Ops 4 is now big on the scene as well. We also have, from later today, I'll be casting the Overwatch tournament, and then you also have, Fortnite is now.
That's the big one,
yeah,
right?
it's kind of like
Everybody knows.
taking the global phenomenon that is
I'm
Fortnite.
hooked on it.
Mhm.
I've been playing for over a year now.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I love Fortnite.
You get that victory royale yet?
Yeah, but
Okay.
not many of them.
It's like it's more than me because I'm still waiting for my first one.
Okay.
Like it's been a couple seasons since I've played it, but
Yeah.
I was like, oh man, this is a fun game. I can't build, but
That's the trick, right? It's all about building.
yeah.
Build. So basically, esports, basically for layman's terms, is video games.
Yes, and there's pushes to possibly get certain esports titles, possibly in the Winter Olympics, because there aren't as many winter sports in the Winter Olympics as there are in the Summer Games.
Good time to play video games is in the wintertime.
Exactly, and it's an all year round sport.
Right.
And just like other sports, you do see, people have peaks and valleys in their. I liken it very similar because I'm a huge cycling fan. And
Cool.
Yeah, cycling and soccer, and you can definitely see when in cycling somebody's on form. He's like at the top from the attack there, and you can definitely see with esports too. These athletes are they train, and sometimes they'll have a bad day, and they'll just be like completely off their game, and
Yeah.
the next thing they're just popping off, boom,
Yeah.
boom, boom, kill after kill. Or with Rocket League, that's probably my favorite esport of all
That's
time.
that soccer game with cars.
Yes. So car soccer.
Car soccer, yeah.
There's also a hockey mode inside that game as well. So cars with pucks.
Which one's better?
Honestly, I like them both. Like the puck, you can get some like really weird pinches off the ground.
Okay.
And it goes zipping by like in game with the Unreal Engine, it can clock it at up to like 107 miles an hour.
Okay.
Going to that goal.
Right.
So you can get some really crazy fast. It gets really fast, and if you're not, and it's easy to pick up, but it has a high skill ceiling there.
Yeah.
And at the very top of the league, you see these guys coming up off the wall onto the ceiling, dropping down, and then like getting a flip reset, which basically they get all their wheels onto the puck or the ball, and it allows them to flip again.
Right.
Onto it, so it gives them more power and throw these weird angles onto goal there, and it's like insane. You look and it's like, how?
Yeah.
Like and you're just marveling. It's like, oh, that's really cool, and I want to figure out how I can actually get to that level there.
Okay. Yeah, that's definitely a skill set.
Yes.
It's funny. People don't think about that. They think, oh, you're just playing video games. What's that?
Mm-hmm.
It's like anybody can do that. But then when you look at there are high-level gamers, and they're on a whole nother level. It's like they can learn how to do these things that you look at and you're like, how did you learn how to do that? I want to learn that skill. It really is a skill.
Mm-hmm. And at the elite level, they are pulling in like a monetary value, very similar to other athletes, to the more traditional athletes there, because you see them like Rocket League just recently finished up. I'm going to use that as a main example with a $1 million pot.
Oh, nice.
And the only reason they put a $1 million pot is because they think that specific number is sustainable. You look at League of Legends, they have millions of dollars going into that. Dota 2, which is a Steam game. Like I don't know much about it, but I do know there's a lot of money going into Dota 2 as well. And there's a lot of different. There's a different type of game. And a lot of them are competitive. Even Super Smash Brothers Brawl and like on the Nintendo, that's got a competitive scene. Fighting games like
those have always been huge.
Yeah,
Always been huge.
and they still have a competitive scene, and there's still money to be made if you're really good at it. And it's something that there's a stigma about. It's like it's not real. Like they can do things that I can't, and like it's unfortunate that isn't recognized as a skill and a talent by a large majority of people. But I think you are going to start seeing
it's
that
slowly
tide turn.
coming around. You know, it's slowly, people are starting to see it more. And now when you see people like Ninja on the cover of ESPN, it's getting it out there more to like the people that thought of it as a joke. And there's still a lot of people probably still do, like older generations.
Yeah.
But it's just like as the younger generations move in, it's becoming more accepted and gaining more momentum. It's like, yeah, this is acceptable. I mean, I'm 39. I got 2 kids, and then if 11 years my oldest wants to say like, "Hey, Dad, I really dig this Twitch. I'm really been coming into streaming. I'm doing really good. I think that's what I want to do. I don't know if I want to go to college. I've gained a good following here." I'd be like, "Let's do what we have to do to get you to do that." Like but the people that I think, but I'm weird in that generation. I think more people my age might be a little bit more hesitant.
Yeah, and you hit the nail on the head. That's exactly what I was kind of bring up, is that as there are more young people, that it becomes more socially acceptable because it's something that they've grown up around.
Yeah.
And you see the people that aren't maybe necessarily at the elite level, but they are entertaining, and that's where the other streamers come in. Like your Stone Mountain 64, your Ninja, they're really good players. They're really good. But they're also very entertaining. They engage with their audience there. They're able to kind of communicate and like say, hey, I want to, and they want to make sure that they're with their sponsorships that they're getting sponsorships that their audience would benefit from.
Right. Yeah. It's really my whole podcast began because of Twitch.
Oh, really?
Really. Like I used to stream poker.
Okay.
And then I started messing around with doing little podcasts instead of doing, like, I would still play poker, but then I would just have like I had like the blue ice ball microphone.
Yeah.
And I had a card table with a white tablecloth on it and just dicking around. You know what I mean? And then now, but that's what launched this whole podcast now was Twitch. Like I love Twitch.
Uh-huh.
And I've been watching it for years, and I was in the poker, which I mainly watch a lot of poker, and that's kind of got a really cool community because it's a smaller community, and everyone really helps out each other. Like they support each other. They're always, what do you call it when they crash? They host each other all the time. They're promoting each other all the time. It's a really cool, especially the American streaming community, poker community.
Really?
Yeah, it's really cool because there's not a ton of them, and poker, it's in a gray zone in the legal aspects.
Yeah. See that?
It's legal, but it's illegal for banks to deal with it. That's a whole nother podcast.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
But so it's not as big as it could be because it's not regulated like it is in Canada. Canada, you can play on a poker site, which has millions and millions and millions of people on there.
All right.
In America, we're not allowed to access those sites, so we're limited to just a couple sites with, hundreds of thousands of people.
Okay.
Still kind of a big pool, but it's not worldwide. And so the American streamers are smaller than like the Canadian streamers because they've got it's a different dynamic, but it's really cool to see the streamers in that community. What's the gaming community like? Do they help each other out a lot? Like, will they cross promote and hang out with each other and like support each other, retweet, all that stuff?
I think it's it kind of depends on person to person, to be honest. There are those, and I think part of that comes down to personality.
Sure.
You have to find if you find somebody that you really like, or for me it's like sometimes it's friends in real life that I find are successful. It's like, hey, I want to it's the same with cosplay. It's like I want to collaborate with you. And others are like, I don't think you're necessarily, big enough
Not
for me to
big
really,
enough, right.
or they think that they're bigger than, and so it's really depends on person who you meet.
Yeah.
Me personally, I always think that I'm never going to be as successful on my own as I will be with a group of friends. Like
right.
I'd rather if I'm going to be successful, I'd rather bring up my friends and let them share that success with me.
Yeah.
But it depends from person to person.
Yeah, the tide raises all ships.
Yeah.
That's my motto. I'm constantly wanting to help people because I don't have much to give, but what I do give, I'm happy to. And even if it's just this platform, and it's just collaborating and getting to know people, and it's just fun to find cool people to hang out with and just to build with and grow. It's a lot of fun. Yeah. What more can you say about it?
Yeah, and are you local to this area?
Yeah,
here? Okay.
I live in Liberty.
Okay.
Where do you live?
I actually live over in Zona Rosa, so like.
Okay.
So yeah,
right
this
down
was
the road.
Yeah, this wasn't a bad drive for me at all. I was like, oh man, this is great.
This wasn't too bad for me
Yeah.
either. I didn't mind it.
And that's what I really like too, is because like I'm finding myself like collaborating with a lot of people like locally here.
Right.
I just want to kind of give a shout out to Local Legends. They're opening up a brick and mortar store on 39th and Main Street.
Oh,
so
really?
right in the heart of Kansas City there.
Yeah.
And it's going to have like
39th. I used to live in that area.
Yeah. So
I love it down there. What is this place?
So it's called Local Legends Gaming, and there's going to be an event space there. So they're going to have like a lot of wine and paints. Where people like or paint and sip events up there on the second level.
Chicks love doing that shit. They love it.
Yeah.
Always in there bringing their bottles of wine and their girlfriends, and they're going to go paint. They love it. It's great.
Also, it's a great date night thing for a lot of couples. And what he was telling me, I think he's booked up to like March on like Saturdays on those already.
Yeah, good.
So that's like really great for them. And then it's got like a ton of it's got like your Switches, your PS4s, your Xbox Ones, and it's got a thing for like competitive gamers if they want to scrim with their team and like scrimmaging. So like very similar like how other teams are like hey, we're gonna this is like a practice, but we want to kind of go as hard as possible against one another. Very similar like traditional sports do, and that's how you kind of improve yourself.
Exactly.
So he has that ability there, and he's got the infrastructure there.
Right.
He also says, I'll be part of his stream team, so there's going to be a room in the back where we can actually stream games from their Twitch channel as well.
Nice.
And he's got like 4 huge TVs hooked up to different game consoles there with couches where you can like come out and just like hang out and just like it's going to be like a great. I think it's
I love it.
Really geared to those kids who are like maybe like
kids. How about adults too? I mean,
adults too, but like I'm also thinking like for that community, for that area of Kansas City,
right?
You're gonna have like it's something that's if they're maybe not quite old enough to go to a bar,
right,
or a club and hang out, and it's just you just want to hang out with your friends, and and all your mom's like kicking you out and like or whatever. It's like, hey, this is a safe spot. We can kind of go and create friends and just play video games, chill, and meet new people.
That's awesome. Local Legends
Gaming.
Local Legends Gaming, 39th and Main.
3933 Main Street.
Oh, that's awesome. I can't wait. When does it open?
I believe next Saturday.
Oh, nice.
Is going to be the grand opening. So I'll be on hand for that next weekend.
Fun. Okay, you were also let's get back to your casting.
Yes.
Okay, keep going on about that. We kind of discussed.
I've got ADHD. It's fine. Like.
And people that listen to my podcast, they know I always derail it at some point and veer off, but I always bring it back to the casting. So explain that. And
So basically, what I'm going to be doing is I have the software set up on my computer where I can not only look into the games that are going to be played by these 2 competitive teams. I'm also going to be kind of directing the camera angles from there, and also kind of describing what's happening to the layman.
Are you like a play-by-play commentator?
Basically, yes. And
color commentator.
And I think I'm going to have my friend Calcifer. She'll be coming in and helping me out with that because
so there's 2 of you.
I hope that's what I'm hoping. Nothing set in stone because she's also volunteering here at the con.
Sure.
But if I can have her, it's always better to have 2 voices because they have a different opinion and a different look on things and different experiences to draw from. Whereas and plus it gives you a chance to take a drink of water.
Right.
Because otherwise it's just go.
Absolutely.
And it's like here they are on the point. Here comes this ult out from this ultimate ability comes out from this character here. What's that going to do for their enemy team? How are they going to counteract that? Is this going to wipe them out? Are they going to have to reset and try to group up at a different point and then attack that their opponents at another point in time?
Right. Wow, that's really interesting. That's an interesting gig.
Mm-hmm.
That's not many people think about going into commentate sportscasting, basically being a
Yeah.
video game sportscaster.
It really is.
I mean,
yeah.
so you call it e-caster? Is that what you?
I would just say just casting. Yeah.
Just casting. Because I think there needs to be a better word for it. Because when you say just casting, to layman's people, I don't like. Because me and I'm
eSports commentator.
I like eSports commentator. Because last night you told me when I first met you, you said you were casting, and I didn't exactly know what that was. I just thought you were a streamer.
Yeah, so I just break people's legs, and then I just I get some plaster and just I cast it.
Nice, nice. So I like that eSports commentator. Really cool. That's cool. And this is your outfit. You were telling me earlier. This is like the getup that you guys all wear.
Yeah, so I've kind of noticed with a lot of this esports that I watch, most of them are very typically like it's a nice dark suit,
Right.
white button-up shirt, no tie.
It looks sharp.
Usually they have like some sort of lapel pin, so I don't have that. So of course, so it denotes me as an amateur.
It's all right. Got to start out somewhere.
Right.
Who are some of the big casters that you kind of look up to or model yourself on or get inspiration? Do you have anybody like that in that world?
So I would say to me, Golden Boy is they usually go by their gamer tags or however they will.
Right.
They, Golden Boy, he's been on both like some of the Rocket League things, but he's also really big on the Overwatch circuit, and like you'll go to their Twitter and they'll say, hey, these are all the different things that I'm involved in here. And like I really enjoy a lot of this streaming, the commentating team that Rocket League and the Rocket League Championship Series, the RLCS, has put together. From like I said, Wave Punk, Findable Carpet has like his first few seasons, he had this glorious beard.
Nice.
And then he shaved it this past season, and I was still freaked out by that.
Yeah.
But he has this like wonderful velvety baritone voice that's just able to and him with I think it's Wave Punk there. Caleb Sims. Those are the three, and then there's a few commentators I follow over in the UK, from Mega Shogun to Cool Cole 93 and Stumpy Goblin, which and those two make up Subpar Button HD, and like one of them has like a lazy eye, but like they just like talk so much smack to each other, but
nice.
They are very insightful. But at the same time, they don't take themselves too seriously. They don't say, I'm this big guy. It's like, no, they like this past Thursday, they're still hosting a community Team Rocket RLCS, which is like kind of like how they view the communities, like this the Team Rocket community there. And so they'll like pick like even if pros sign up, pros can get paired up with like just regular old Joes and like
Pro-Am type thing. Okay.
Yeah. So. And then like they just try to balance those teams each to like so each team has like a relatively the same skill level.
Right.
So you'll have like
they do that with
champs.
golf.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. So I didn't know that about golf.
Yeah. They'll do a lot of like if they do doubles types things, they'll take they have like a rating system.
Okay.
And say you're rated from 1 to 100,
Yeah.
They kind of make it so the 100 player will be paired with the 1 player.
Okay.
And so forth, and then so it all equals 50-50 theoretically.
All right.
So that's it kind of makes sense that they do that kind of type thing there too.
Cool. Yeah. So and it's a group of 3 there, and then you just kind of like play a standard tournament format there, where it's usually 2 losses and you're out. So that's how it typically is with Rocket League tournaments. Is like once you're on the upper bracket until you're not. When you lose a game, you get dropped down to the lower bracket, and then if you lose the second game, you're out of the tournament completely.
Okay. Huh. Yeah, this is all fascinating, and I really need to walk around. I haven't even walked around to check this stuff out yet.
Yeah.
It's just I hear all these cool noises, all these people yelling and screaming, and I need to check out whoa. Yeah,
and like I think that's the Black Ops 4 Call of Duty because I once they started getting up, they just got really. I was like, gee, okay, are y'all okay over there? You good?
Nice. Is there a way? So do you make is there like a step system to kind of? Do you have ambitions to be like a big caster? Like
that would be the goal.
Is that a goal of yours?
Yeah. At some point, I would love because actually one of the guys on the Rocket League, his name is Achieves TV. And he's actually here in Kansas City. I didn't know that until like he responded to one of my tweets. It's like, hey, we should have a Rocket League LAN here in Kansas City. It's like, as a person that lives in Kansas City, I report like,
nice.
So I was like, yes, please. So it is kind of cool to see that you can have talent from all over the world,
Right.
and all over the country.
Yeah.
And just it part of it is like just having repetition and having a lot of content to be viewed.
Right.
I think part of it is also like
That's just how you grow. Is
being
that,
bold and just submitting that application. That's
yeah. All you have to do is ask.
exactly.
Is that how you got this? Like, how did you get this? How did you become the caster to KC GameCon this weekend?
They put out a shout out on Twitter, and I was like, hey, I've got all this equipment over here. I think I can handle it for you.
Really?
And then
Cool.
and then eventually there was kind of like a little bit of confusion. It was like, is there someplace I need to sign up? So eventually we did get a sign up, and then got signed up for the Overwatch tournament there. Then the guy that signed up for the Rocket League tournament didn't have any of his equipment, so I was like, hey, you know what? We'll just do it on my machine here. Come over here. I've got this Blue Yeti. I've got a
Yeah, you got a cool setup over there.
little microphone that can pick up more than one person at the same time. Just have to make sure that I'm not getting too much on the gain, so I'm not having too much
Yeah.
background noise.
Yeah, there's a little bit with these.
Yeah.
I don't know. Is there? Have you listened to yours? You have any? Does yours sound like mine?
Yeah, I have listened to it, and it's definitely one that I like to speak a little bit further away from the mic.
Yeah. I just didn't want to turn you could do that with these. I just didn't want to turn the gain up because that's going to pick all the extra background noise.
And I think that's smart for what we're doing here. Cause,
Right.
But like unfortunately with the only one mic, I'm like I'm gonna try not to risk it a little bit, and like it also gets that little realist. Like yes, we are live,
Right.
guys.
Yeah.
I'm not stuck behind a studio. I'm here on the con floor.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping the beauty about this podcast is for me, because like I said, I'm usually in my own studio.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think this will be, I hope people aren't annoyed by the background noise. I think they'll just be like, oh, these people were out actually doing it inside of a cool convention center. This thing is really, I'm having a good time here. This is really fun to watch all this stuff.
And I've seen like podcasters also at like Planet Comic-Con as well, like back to those cons, because like they'll like have like bean bags or whatever, and just like a lounge area, and they'll just like sit around talking, and then or have a booth, and then just like interview people that are passing by on the con floor that have like I've done that a couple times. Just in the cosplay, it's like, oh, what is this cosplay over here? And so it's like it's a fun kind of like almost like trying to bring that immersion of the con, because it is kind of a different experience, like being at a con than like just seeing pictures about it.
Yeah, I've always seen the pictures. I've always wanted to do something like I've always wanted to go to Comic-Con.
Mm-hmm.
But that just seems overwhelming to me. I feel like it's probably just, I don't know. I'm ignorant to it, so but I think it'd be just so many people, and just, I don't know. It seems overwhelming to me.
I think at some points it would, especially now with Planet Comic-Con in Kansas City, it's a little, it's big.
Yeah.
But it's not too big.
Okay, that's what I was talking about. Yeah.
Yeah. No. So like as someone that gets like a little bit of social anxiety, it's like so many people.
Right.
No, it's I never really felt that way, and I've been times where I'm in cosplay as the Joker, and like
cool.
I'm taking 2 steps, picture, 2 steps,
Really?
picture, 2 steps. The joke's on you. All right, so it's like all day, just like barely getting anywhere I want to go.
Yeah.
Because everyone's like, "Oh my gosh, I love your characters."
Oh,
like,
cool.
Thank you.
That's gonna be fun.
Yeah. So but even then, you never felt like it was too crowded. Like now, like the big ones, like from New York Comic-Con to San Diego Comic-Con, probably the biggest one. Those are goals at some point to like maybe just to experience that.
Right.
I think would be phenomenal. Like, and that's when you really see like all the biggest names in cosplay that make their own armor and have like these these humongous armor pieces and these just gorgeous costumes. Those are the ones that that everyone wants to shine out at like San Diego Comic-Con.
What does it take to be like a big name cosplay? Like, especially if it's something with building. I know a guy I used to work with. He's a local guy.
Mm-hmm.
Built a beautiful Iron Man.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Is that I might actually know him. Was that Clay?
No, his name's Brian.
Okay.
But it's beautiful, and it's and I would think it wouldn't take much more than just. Is that all it would really take to be a big cosplay? Is like I mean not as far as like one where it's you, but like if you could hide behind something cool, like an Iron Man or a Transformer or something.
And to me, I feel like at that point it's part of it, I think, comes to like popularity. To, like what makes you big is like people just actually, like a large number of people just have to really enjoy it. And like
What's big right now? Or who's big? Like what character?
To me, the biggest name in cosplay is Jessica Negri. And she gets commissioned sometimes even by Blizzard to create like her characters for them. And most of her stuff she makes on her own, along with her boyfriend. Will sometimes help with some of it, but most of it it's like she's one that I follow. There are a lot of cosplayers, and I can't remember all the.
No, I mean like as far as characters, like are there any big characters right now that that's super pop? I see a Harley Quinn over there. That's probably fairly.
That's usually
popular.
That's usually
Joker's
got to
be fairly popular.
Standard fare, yeah. A lot of those typical DC or Marvel heroes, but also a lot of anime. Anime, there's some lots of really popular, and then sometimes things will come in waves. I don't know if you ever saw Bowsette.
Never heard of it.
Okay, so with the new Mario game that came out.
It's Bowser's girlfriend or wife or something.
So there's this thing called Toadette in the game, and basically there's this little crown that you put on a female Toad, and she turns into a version of that looks almost exactly like Peach.
Okay.
And then somebody made a webcomic, fan comic, of Mario got the girl again. And then Bowser has the crown in his hand, puts it on himself, and turns into this very Peach-looking version of Bowser.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
And the internet goes and does the internet things with it.
Where was that on? What is that on? Where would you find that? YouTube or something?
I feel like
how
from
about
Imager, Tumblr.
How about I just Google it?
I would just Google Bowsette, Bowsette, and then there's also Booette now as well, which is the Boo Ghost.
All right.
Yeah, and so and it's become into this massive meme, and it's just. I may have brought you down a
I love a good rabbit hole.
Yeah,
these are about. Oh, okay.
Make sure you have safe search turned on. I don't know how.
Oh well. Oh, it will get pretty crazy, huh? Well,
yeah.
If I see something, I'll flash away real quick. I don't know what I have turned on and turned off. I'm computer illiterate, sir.
Yeah. So
what am I? Oh, is this a cosplay? Bowsette.
Yeah.
All right, she's interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you'll see all sorts of Jessica Negri, and also she'll also do
How's that hashtag? Is it the same?
Yeah. So
Dang.
basically that you have the horns, you've got the crown, and you've got studded black things and
holla at your boy Bowsette.
Yeah.
Dang. I am not mad at that one bit.
Mm-hmm.
Dang, holla. Guys, go check. Well, if you're watching this on the YouTube version, you guys are seeing what we're seeing right now.
I was and then just if you want to type in Jessica Negri, she did a really good, because she's got a great photographer in Martin Wong. So
Jessica Negri?
Yeah, so Negri like the sushi, Nigri.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so like I said, she's one of the most popular
Gee,
cosplayers.
I wonder why. Why is she so popular? This chick could be popular without doing anything.
Yeah. But that being said,
Golly.
she's also really smart. She's really funny, and she actually she's a genuinely good human being too. I've actually had a chance to meet her.
Let me tell you something. All extremely dime piece chicks like this are always very funny and sweet.
That's
and
actually
nice.
Lindsay Elise right there.
Oh.
So
golly.
she's another cosplayer. But
Jessica Negri. She is. They all look the same. Wow. I mean, no.
They dye their hair, but
all white people look the same.
Fair. That's fair. I'll give you that point.
All right, so this is Negri. Huh. Oh, my God. That is just not fair. That's not fair. Is this real?
Yes. Yeah. So
see, that stuff is interesting when the.
So she made all that. So
wow. I don't know how to make it bigger. Sorry.
Fine.
Wow, she made all that. That. She did it herself. Okay, good for her. That takes some skill.
It does. Yeah.
She's right there. She's relying more on than just her really good looks. That's some real talent right there. She just happens to look good. Oh, so she's the Booette.
Yes.
Oh, funny. I wonder what got her into doing that.
I think one of her first ones was actually for a video game, but and then it just kind of took off from there because I think she was an official cosplayer for Lollipop Chainsaw Massacre or something like that. I forget what the actual name
Is she Zelda or is she Link?
Link.
Oh, well, that's weird. Link's a dude.
It's called crossplay. You know, so
Crossplay.
yes.
You were mentioning something about that earlier off mic. Okay, crossplay. I didn't see. Yeah, I'm a layman, man.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense now. All right.
So
well, Link's always been, Zelda's always been my favorite.
Mm-hmm.
I grew up with that.
Like there's been a few crossplays I've considered, like Zarya from Overwatch. She's this big buff, like in Russia, game plays you, and so I've just thought, like, yeah, I'll just be like my Diary of a Wimpy Kid looking guy over here.
Wow.
So
Jessica Negri, holla at your boy. Holla at your boy. I am looking at you. You can find me on the Talk podcast, and I'll get you on here.
So, but yeah, no, like her and her boyfriend Ryan, both like very down to earth people, like, and
yeah,
I was very fortunate to actually get a chance to meet them
cool.
at Planet Comic-Con, I think 2 years ago. So,
right on. It's probably a fairly tight community, right? It's not a huge. Is it a huge community? Like,
I don't know if it's necessarily huge. Like, it's a growing community. Not to say there aren't their own detractors. Like there's one who they're like with anything. She was basically accused of sexual assault and and harassment of her own fans, just like groping without permission. And
she was accused of that?
No.
Oh.
There's another one. Name was Momokun, and basically the cosplay community, which is very openly and very body positive. Anybody can cosplay, plain and simple.
Right.
Full stop. And she kind of started trash people's bodies. And and she just got dragged by the community. It's like, we won't have that kind of toxic.
She was body shaming?
Yeah.
Okay. That's rude.
Yeah. And
that's rude. I mean, she knows what the community is. She knows it's obviously a positive, fun community. Why would she do that? What pissed her off to bring her there? She must have gotten into some kind of fight or something that brought her there, huh?
She actually kind of started blaming her attention deficit disorder. So at that point, she's like, not even
ADD. She blamed ADD for body shaming people.
I'm not saying that everybody in the cosplay community is a good person. Like I said, Momokun,
Sure.
Momokun, I would not say that about. But we're most of us, the majority of us, are able to say, listen, this is a toxic person right here.
Okay.
We need to kind of cut this from our community. And so
yeah.
If you get deep into it, there's always going to be a little bit of drama, as there is, I
Sure.
think, with anything. Like, I'm sure poker has some sort of drama.
Poker's nothing but drama. Are you kidding me? But no, that's whenever you get these big communities, you're always going to have just whenever you get a population,
Yeah.
there's always going to be a percentage that are just assholes. You're just always going to get that percentage of people. It's just that's where people are. If you have 100 people, one of them is going to be an idiot.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't ever blame any specific activity because of a few select jerks people.
And
it's just sad,
But that's what I do like about cosplay is that the vast majority of what you consider the leaders of it are generally wholesome people,
right?
And they're like really just wonderful people to be around.
Well, it seems like you guys are just wanting to have fun and make people smile.
Exactly. Yeah.
I mean, who doesn't like that?
Right.
That's the greatest thing. I mean,
like, and
it's
that's
contagious. It's contagious, and that's a good kind of contagion. Yeah.
Yeah, and like for me, I kind of view it as like an expensive hobby right now, as with so many of my hobbies.
Welcome to this. I mean, this is the most expensive hobby I've ever gotten into.
Right. Like, and for me, like, I also know how to scuba dive, so that's expensive.
Oh, wow.
Like, at some point, I want to learn how to fly planes. Like, that's originally what I went to college for, was to get my core credits and then transfer over to get the aviation program at K-State Salina.
Oh, cool.
Then I switched majors to criminology and sociology, and so now here I am.
Here you are, cosplaying it up and eSports commentating it up.
Yeah, so there's no telling what life will throw at you or what path you will go down.
Yeah, and it just keeps on going. How old are you?
27.
Okay, that's a good age. That's a fun age, man. Enjoy it. You're starting to become, I think...
My metabolism slowed down, so...
you just got to work it a little bit harder.
Yeah.
Working out sucks. You just got to do it. Especially if you want to continue to be a cosplayer. I imagine you want to be in shape, like all the time. There's probably a lot of pressure on yourself to stay in shape, right?
So, fun fact: that Milo cosplay, those pants right there, those I got at Mickey Surplus. Those are vintage, Army Surplus pants right there.
Nice.
Those are wool, and they're like 2 sizes too small for me right now.
Yeah.
So like I got those pictures, like that picture is probably 2 years old, back when I still had a high metabolism, and then like once I hit 25, it started slowing down. It's like I've ballooned 30 pounds since then.
Really?
Oh yes.
Must have been tiny because you're not a big dude now.
Well, I'm actually like full honesty, this is like I'm at like 195-ish right
But you're
now.
tall.
Yeah, so 6 foot.
That's perfect.
Yeah,
6 foot 195 is like right where you want to be.
but like
I think
I used to be like a size 32 pin. Now I'm like close to the 34.
that's too small. That's too small. I'm 5'10", 170. I'm a 32.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't want to be 6 foot my size. That's too small. You're right where you need to be, man. You're good.
I just need to
Just don't let it go
accept it.
huge.
Yeah, no, I like, maybe getting a little bit better definition in the core right now because it's.
We all need that, right?
Yeah, and it photographs better.
It does. Yeah. Well, just keep wearing. That's the nice thing about wintertime.
Yeah.
You just wear heavier stuff, and you can fake people.
But that's my own body dysmorphia. You know, we all have our own things that we're all a little self-critical about.
Don't we all? So when does your commenting thing start today? Like, how much longer you got till that?
Right. So I'm actually going to be at 5. Don't know what time it is now because I left my cell phone somewhere else.
It's 1:40.
Oh, jeez, we got so much time. Cool. So I'm probably going to be streaming on my own Twitch channel, twitch.tv/JTDisplays.
Spell it out.
JTDisplays.
Okay.
Although in the program they have me listed as JT Designs. And,
Yeah.
but that's neither here nor there.
Right.
But I'll probably do that, chill out, and just hang out with people that want to join me there. Then at 5 o'clock, I will be what's the word? emceeing the cosplay contest.
Cool.
Over there on the main stage. And then at 7, I believe, is when we officially kick off the Overwatch stream, which I'll be casting
That's gonna be fun.
and commentating on.
So where can we watch that? That's at your Twitch. On your Twitch.
Yeah, so my Twitch will be hosting it, but the
Okay.
official
Oh, okay,
channel
right.
will be KC GameCon. OW is the Twitch channel name.
OW.
Yeah, OW for Overwatch.
Ah.
Yeah.
Gotcha. We just go to KC GameCon in Twitch, and you'll be able to find the channels there.
KC Game On, not
KC Game On.
yeah, not GameCon.
Oh yeah. It's the GameCon. Yeah, I always
Yeah.
make that mistake, but it always pops up for me when I'm doing it on Twitter.
Yeah, no, they laid down. They sent on emails like, make sure everything says get KC Game On because we're the organization that's putting it on. And KC GameCon is just what we're doing. So
Gotcha. Yeah.
it's that extra C, and that C is a real C.
Ah, nice. I appreciate you, man, coming on here.
Dude, absolutely, I loved it.
I had a good time.
Good.
Maybe we'll do this again after you do your little thing. We can talk about how it goes.
Yeah, for sure.
So yeah, this was a really good time. And how can people find you? Like go ahead and pimp your stuff. Say whatever you want to say, and then we'll get on out of here.
All right, so Facebook is facebook.com/JTDisplays, DISPLAYSKC, because the other JT Displays is actually a graphics company in the UK, though they never use their Facebook page. That's not here. I digress. Also, again, you can find me at Twitch at twitch.tv/JTDisplays. Twitter and Instagram is JT_INKC. That's at JT_NKC because I'm here in Kansas City.
Nice.
Trust me, as soon as Twitter came out, I hopped on that username. I was like, I'm gonna need that at some point. That was like back when I was still in high school.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So.
I've had one of my names since high school too, and that was a real long time.
Mm-hmm.
All right, my man, I appreciate it, and let's go enjoy this GameCon.
Yeah. Good luck with the rest of the podcast, man.
Listen to Neanderthal.